Hi, welcome to Lab Games. I'm your host, Anthony.
And I'm Francis.
And today we will be telling you about, well, the future of things.
How our microphones are dry rotting because
Yeah.
we've been doing this for too long.
Just noticed that the bands on my mic are pretty much dry rotted and they're barely holding this guy up anymore.
His microphone literally fell out.
Yeah.
Like just 5 minutes ago before we turned this on.
Which is very,
It's like, it's a sign.
yeah, it's very telling of where we are
Yeah.
and how long we've been at this, right? For this thing to be, it's like 10 years old, right? Like
I know.
It's pretty bad. But in any case, aside from our equipment failure, if you've been following our channel for a while now, you know that our pace of video output has gone down drastically over the last probably 3 to 6 months compared to normal. I mean, we've had our ebbs and flows. We've led pretty busy lives, so we get distracted with real life a lot of times, and then we get pulled back into it. We'll do some videos, and then we break a bit, but we're reaching a point in this journey that we want to share with all of you before we take that next step.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
So what would you like to say?
You to put it on me. So a couple of months ago, I think it was about a couple months ago when we started, beginning of the fall, life started getting busy again.
Yeah.
We naturally, over the past nine years that we've been doing this, do tend to take more of a break. We kind of slow down around the fall, and it's kind of been a running joke for us since about 2019, I think, that we go to PAX every year, which we love because it's right in Philly, very close by. We get loaded up on games, and then we never play them.
Yeah.
We get excited, we get re-energized, we get all the games, we get it home, we look at our haul, and then we do Christmas and we do the New Year and winter come, like, you know what I mean? You kind of go in through the whole thing, and we come back and we're so excited to play, and then we look at our queue of responsibilities, of things that we've signed up for.
Yeah,
and
that's review queue.
And it's like
Playthrough queue.
we have games sitting on our shelf literally from PAX 2019 that we have never played.
Yeah.
Because we just it's like we get behind, right? So anyway, I say all this to say, like, a couple of months ago, we started thinking about this. We kind of started feeling that pressure of, like, we now, with 2 little ones, 4 older ones, one in college, one about to go to college next year, right?
Yeah.
And then the 2.5-year-old, 4-year-old, we get probably about an hour or 2 a night, that we can kind of sit down and do this after everybody's kind of like asleep and all that.
Unless we want to stay up till 2 in the morning.
Unless we want to stay up, which we don't want to do.
We're just beyond that now.
So when it comes down to that kind of time, we're kind of sitting there going, like, all right, what's on the list? What do we have to do? And we kind of talked about it a couple months ago, and I'm like, I hate doing this, because when we started to do game coverage, we did it because we were just playing stuff and we wanted to share it with you. And somewhere along the way, we kind of became influencers, I guess you could say, in the space, and we started kind of like taking on stuff to kind of help out publishers that we liked, and we got really excited about playing some games, but it's just gotten so overwhelming that now it really has started to feel a lot more like work, which for us makes our output not as genuine, I think, in my opinion. So we were kind of like, so of course, I was kind of finally getting to a point where I think Anthony's been for several years
I've
now.
been here a long time.
And I've kind of been like dragging along, like, I don't want to quit.
No lie. I've stayed in this for her.
He has.
I have, truthfully,
like,
over the last, I'd say 3 years.
It has been, yeah. I would say, like, big thanks, big kudos. Like, I think even after the last time we kind of exited, we kind of got re-energized, and I think my energy kind of re-energized you to get back into it. It pulled me back in,
yeah. She pulled her excitement. I mean,
it's infectious.
When your partner, your spouse, when they show excitement about something, you want to genuinely see them happy and excited about something. So you go along with it, right? So I stuck with it. Much to my chagrin. Not that I hated it. Like, it's board games. I love playing board games. But
it was the content creation piece.
It's that whole piece of it that I just really started.
And I'll tell you what
resent,
it is, because I'll tell you what it's not. It's not all of you that watch. It's not playing the games or any of that. It's not spending time together. All of that we love to do.
Yeah.
It's the editing. It's the setting up. It's having like a very small home now, and our entire living room is taken up by like lights that our kids are constantly tripping over, and like bumping into and pulling down and probably breaking.
Yeah, it could have been them, yeah.
And all of that, and getting like frustrated at them for getting in our space that like at the end of the night we don't always want to be at anyway. So it's like kind of a weird thing. So
it's our studio is taking up way too much space in our smaller home.
Yeah.
So we need to repurpose this room.
Yeah. And so the deal is, so a couple of months ago when I think we were taking one of our walks, and we take a walk during the day sometimes. And I was like, I think I'm ready.
And I said, okay.
And he's like, okay. And I said, but I don't want to, I think my hang up is that I don't quit things. Like, I don't like to quit. I've got this like loyalty problem where I'm like, I committed to this. I don't want it. Like, what does it mean if we're not doing this anymore, But I'm like, but you know what? I think it makes more sense to kind of like feel like we're retiring from it. Because honestly, I feel like we've kind of just grown out of the content creation piece.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that we have to stop playing games or even stop sharing what we're doing. But I think we're kind of just done with having a queue.
We're done with
with
having to work
Yeah.
to enjoy board games, right?
Right, exactly.
And all the free moments we have to play board games, when you sit down and you're like, all right, let's play a game, you feel guilty because you don't pull the camera out and film it. And you're like, did we just waste 2 hours of opportunity to make content? And when you start to live by that, you start to resent the activity that you have to constantly make content for.
Yeah, I would say like we stopped caring about the channel growth years ago. Like, we make no effort to like go on social media. I was laughing because we went to PAX, had a great time. And I posted our Instagram picture. We're at PAX. And I'm like, oh my God, the last time I posted on Instagram was last year at PAX.
Yeah, we only post once a year.
We haven't posted anything.
So we don't post anything. We don't promote anything. We don't do anything outside of just film content and put it on the channel. So there's been no marketing push. There's been no real way to try to monetize heavily what we do. Because it's not for us. And we don't live and breathe by this. It's not our career. It's not even a point of supplemental income, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
We've lost more money in this space than we've gained.
That's and
fact.
As far as I'm concerned, it's been just like an investment in the hobby that we have, which is content creation, which is the hobby that we're kind of done with for now.
Yeah, and I think you grow out of hobbies, and so it's like we're done with content creation. We just don't want to do it anymore. We want to play board games.
I know.
We want to just play board games.
I just want to play.
We want to play our collection. Our collection has been reduced to basically one room in our home now.
It's reduced to basically what you see behind us.
Yeah, and a
plus
few more small shelves.
2, and 2 in the basement, small shelves.
But they're small shelves.
They're
they don't. Yeah, we probably have 150 games, less than 200.
Yep.
Down from well over 600. We sold a chunk and we gave most of it away. Our patrons, I think we sent at least 200 games out to our patrons.
Yeah.
And we don't have a ton of patrons, so they made it. The last batch we just sent out, I sent out about 70 games to about less than 20 patrons. And let me say, do the math, right? Like, they got at least 3 games each, and and we're not talking small box games either. And so these were like good bundle boxes that we just shipped out. Like we just got addresses and just shipped games out. Like that was it. So we're down to like the bare minimum now, and we're gonna cull even more, and then have just what we want to play.
Like one more good culling before before we do it regularly. But I'll tell you what, it is exciting because as we're finally down to like we're starting to go through the shelf and be like, is there anything else we want to get rid of? Anything else we're ready to get rid of? And every single game I look at, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to play that. I can't wait to play that. I can't wait to play this. I can't wait to play this.
And also, I tell
exciting.
you, the more you call, the easier it is. Because I'm looking at games, and I'm like, not playing that, not playing that. Where before I'm like, I want to hold on to this one, and I'm like, for what?
Yeah.
The one-off chance I may play it in 3 years, like, no, thank you. It's not worth that.
Yeah, especially when we can like get it somewhere else where it's going to get played.
Yeah,
for sure.
give it to someone else who's going to enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
So we donate a lot to a friend at a church locally. So he's got a whole board game club he's starting up, and he's just been. I've got a whole. Ken, if you're watching, you've got a whole bunch of games coming. So next time you pop over here, but look, we're at a good place, and I think we just had these last 2 videos we posted were the last 2 obligations we had. We've had other obligations that we actually, unfortunately, had to go back to the publishers and tell them we're not doing it.
Yeah.
Even after we agreed to do it, we were just like, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
So we have pretty big ones that we turned down.
Yeah, and it's really tough for us because I think, again, we have such a tie to like the commitments that we make to the point that like it's almost like we don't want to. We feel bad. I mean, not taking on stuff to begin with. So then when we do take it on, it's like it comes due and you're like, I'm like, I'm sorry. This is like a 92-page rule book that I have to print out on Word.
Yeah,
and I just can't.
When
I can't.
there's reference to components with no pictures, like I don't even know where to begin with this.
Yeah, and it's just that piece of it does excite some people. And I know that there's a ton of great content creators in the space now that weren't there when we started, you know what I mean, that are younger and maybe have more time and get excited about
they have that
all
passion
of those new
we
games.
had 8 years ago.
Yeah, and we don't have it anymore. And that's why I say I kind of feel like I'm retiring.
Yeah, I think we've
we've achieved. You celebrate when people retire. Like you get sad, but like also it's a good thing.
It's a good thing. It's a good retirement. It's good for us. We've achieved well above what we wanted to achieve in this space. And then what happens is when you get into here, you're like, let's just keep moving the goalpost. And it's like, you just have to sit down and say, where do we want to go with this?
I think that was the conversation we had.
I'm like, where does this end?
What are we doing this in another 10 years? Are we still going to be doing this?
Yeah,
like, 60 and we're still doing this?
Yeah, if it's not about subs and popularity and influencing, and it's not about money, then what is it for? It's like, okay, well, it's for fun. I'm like, well, is it fun? Not really. Then there's absolutely no reason to continue to do this, because we're not here to go, we want to be the biggest board game channel in the internet. And like, no, I don't. Quite frankly, that would be a nightmare, honestly. So now for me, look, we both have very successful, high-level, high-profile careers that we demanding jobs. We're very senior people at our work. We love what we do. We've been working at it for decades. So quite frankly, like that's our focus. And like it's like, where do you want to succeed? I'm already doing that in my passion, in my actual career that keeps the food on the table and keeps the lights on, right? Like that's where I want to succeed.
Well, and like for example, like this fall, and some of you that follow us personally know this, like I coached our daughter's soccer team for the first time, so like that took up many nights and weekends, and it was so much fun. But just as they get older and they have their own activities, like that's where my passion is with that. You know what I mean? So this is fun, but it's much less about us
and more
now,
about
and
our
more
families
and our friends, honestly, spending time together.
Yeah.
So like going out on a date night.
Yeah, we do a lot more dates. We
you know
do
what I mean?
Escape rooms. We go out to dinner. Like we've been doing like adulting,
like adult stuff.
And
not the board game's
not that board game's not adulting, but it's just getting out of the house.
But the content creation is like that's the thing. Is like I want to turn our table around, not where it's currently located in our room, and actually like get some comfy chairs on the other side of it that's not a camera, you know, and have a game night.
I'm tired of having to come to sit at my game table and play a game, but I have to step over cables and wires.
Yeah,
and
like
lighting.
Even when we come to play casually by ourselves
at this table,
it's like
the studio.
we've got all these reminders around us that like you should be probably filming.
Yeah, you should be filming. Why are you just playing games for fun? I'm like we got back from PAX and we played a bunch of games from PAX,
my gosh,
and we didn't film any of it. I was like, this is amazing. I love this. And we have like a couple more I want to play through.
We played Civolution.
We
played Andromeda's
Edge. Love both.
Went back and bought all the expansion
Went back and bought all the upgrade
everything.
Parts from it. So that was great. And we've got
we just bought the new Yokohama.
Yokohama we want to play. Like we've got all these games we want to get on the table. We've got Unconscious Mind.
You're giving them FOMO.
Yeah, so like we're gonna play these. You're just not gonna watch us play them. And you know what? We bought them.
Yeah.
Paid for all these games because like there were publishers trying to give us games, and we're like, no, we're not taking games.
Yeah.
We are buying them. If I'm here to buy, I'm here to buy because these are games I want to take home, add to my collection, play them, and I don't want to do any content on them.
Yeah.
All right. Now, that's a small fib because
a little baby fib.
She's going to continue. Miss Francis here. Is going to continue posting images of our plays on Instagram.
Yes.
So if you want to continue to follow us, this is purely whenever the heck we play a game.
It might be one post a year.
There's not going to be any like, this is a game for 2 to 4 players. And
I'm telling you right now, if I'm
like,
committing to this, it's going to be like, here's what's on our table, probably a selfie of us, and we're probably going to be in our pajamas.
It might say, really like this one, or this was mediocre, I'm going to look to replace it. And it'll be a one-sentence blurb on what our thoughts are.
It's going to be so low effort.
Yeah, or it's going to be like, hey, ninth time we played it this week.
Real.
Yeah, but it's real. Like, this is not There's $0 being exchanged. There's 0 games being exchanged.
Yeah.
What you see us being played is what we acquired on our own, whether that's through purchases or trades or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, we're getting out of the business. So, long-winded story, but you deserved it because you've been following us for a long time. And, you know, we don't want to just turn off the cameras and walk away. We do want to kind of say, hey, look, we're retiring from this. We're not going to be doing any more playthrough videos on this channel or on any other channel at this moment. Like, we have no plans to go back into video content creation, at least in the unforeseeable future. Like, we're just done with it.
Yeah, I may continue to do, as if requests come in, because we do have a lot of relationships, photography, because I do photography anyway.
Well, here's the catch. This isn't, like I said, we're not going to be doing any video playthroughs on this channel.
Yeah.
So if we do any other work in this space, it would be paid production quality work
for somebody else.
For somebody else. You won't even know we did it.
Yeah.
It would be us filming it, editing it, but it's pure paid work, and you wouldn't even know it's from us. It's not even...
Not like reviews or anything like that.
Nothing like that. It's not any... But you, like I said, you wouldn't even know. So... and any like professional photography, she gives them the images. You wouldn't even know she took them. Like so, unfortunately,
you're just gonna be like, those are really good.
Yeah, we'll just be behind the scenes. You'll be like, man, these are some of the best. You know, like, man, the video quality is really good.
I do sometimes. I have to like pat myself on the back though, because I do see some of the images that I've taken like on BGG or something. And I'm like, oh man, these are really good. And I'm like, oh, this is what I took.
Those are mine actually.
Like, oh, okay, it's fun. So I do enjoy that.
It's fun to spot that. So,
so follow us on Instagram.
On Instagram,
we'll be there.
Like I said, the channel. We're not going to be responding to any more comments on our videos.
Yeah, we will leave them open.
Yeah, we'll leave the videos.
We're still here. We're still playing games.
Yeah, we're not nuking.
We'll still be at PAX.
Yeah, we're gonna do PAX every year as
maybe
as
Gen Con one day. I don't know. Again,
pipe dream.
Whatever.
Years from now, you might see us at Gen Con, but. Look, we thank you all for being there with us for this journey. It's been wonderful. We're shutting down. Our patrons already know this. We're shutting our channel down, our Patreon account down at the end of the year. So that's a farewell to that.
Yeah, and we have to say, like, just the biggest thank you to you guys that have watched forever, and also for our patrons, because honestly, that Patreon that we did run for the last, what was it, like a year or two?
Year and a half, maybe.
2, 3, something, whatever, however long it's been.
Yeah, it's been a year and a half, 2 years.
Has helped us also offset the costs of, like, our website and everything.
Yeah.
And the cost of running all of this, because, again, we don't get paid to do a lot of this. We've gotten paid to do a couple of projects here and there, but for the most part, it's just been us, and that's really helped us literally keep the lights on and continue doing this as long as
we have.
I have made Anthony do it.
Yeah, that's the only way we were able to continue doing this. Just because equipment goes bad, you got to buy your stuff, and it's like I'm not out of pocketing anymore, so I would have walked away a long time ago. But our patrons kept us alive. Yeah, and they've been really wonderful. So we gave back a lot to them, and I'm glad. Yes. And I hope they get to enjoy all the free games that they got, because we showered.
Yeah. No, we've been getting a lot of messages thanking us for that. So
showered them with as many games as we can, and so it's been good. Board Game Nexus, just never got the traction. We just never had the support.
Well, I think also what happened was we had a baby.
Yeah, we had a baby.
That helped.
that derailed us, and it became a lot more work to maintain it than we could keep up with.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So unfortunately, that's getting shut down. We just can't afford to keep the lights on there.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Yeah, we are.
It's kind of like I'm just so resolved to like.
Yeah. Just close it all.
Whatever. Like we try stuff, and a lot of people don't try stuff. So like you try stuff, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
And it's
whatever.
Like at least you say you tried, right?
Yep.
At least we tried, and unfortunately, it didn't work out. But it's okay. Somebody else who've already had interest in purchasing it from us.
I know.
The brand, maybe the website, the hub, the database, all that stuff. I mean, this is the database of games. So we're working through that now to see how we want to handle it. But at the very minimum, the website's closing. So if it opens up again, it'll be under new management.
Yes.
Definitely not us.
Definitely not us. We're going to be like on a beach somewhere playing a game.
I hope so. Yeah.
That's what I picture for our retirement.
We're going to be playing a lot more games. So that is the good news. The bad news is no more playthroughs being published out there. So. Yeah. But I think that about sums up where we are.
Yes.
And this is farewell for now. You'll see us around. And we, once again, thank you from the bottoms of our heart. And we will miss you, I think.
Stop! You're going to make me cry. I made it through the whole video without crying.
So now you're like, all right, let's cut it because I'm not going to make it. Yeah, so it's bittersweet. And
it's good.
It's sad.
It's okay.
But thank you again. Thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for watching. We hope you really enjoyed all the videos we published and produced, all the playthroughs over the years. and any amount of joy we brought into your homes. We do appreciate all of it. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you guys.
All right,
Bye.
take care.